first one I'm going to throw forward is sort of timely, given that the threequel is in production, so it's 28 days later.
Oh, wow.
So I got to say, like, that was a film that I had a visceral reaction to in the cinema. I remember seeing that in the cinema, and it scared the living shit out of me. And I think, like, Danny Boyle did an incredible job with it, and it was definitely cutting edge film at the time. A pretty much unknown cast at the time as well. Cillian Murphy in the leading role, Brendan Gleeson was in there, so we had two Irish in there, and
Hmm.
top four roles, which was brilliant. The way the film, like, it's famous for how it was shot. Like it was shot nearly like a guerrilla style filmmaking. They could barely close down streets. They had to steal a lot of shots, like run around London at 4 o'clock in the morning and pretend it was
Hmm.
abandoned. And especially it's a film that came out in 2002. Danny Boyle wanted to be able to shoot it in a certain way, so like they shot it on a Canon XL 100 or something. I can't remember exactly what the camera was,
Hmm.
but my buddy Brian had that same camera. So it was so
Wow.
cool, to kind of like see this film. And then a couple of years later, I met Brian and
Hmm.
he bought that camera. And like you had this tool in your hand that Danny Boyle had made 28 days later with. And so it was like
Hmm.
it's sort of a film also that awoke something in me that, and I think for a lot of people that made them feel they could make something,
Yeah.
So I think it's a credible film. I'll start going on about it in a second, but I think just everything from how it was shot, why they chose the camera they shot on, that feeling of
Hmm.
surveillance in the city, the way they had a lot of kind of
Hmm.
like surveillance style static shot,
Yeah.
wide shots of open areas. The color range, it just like was dark and
Hmm.
grimy, a lot of parts. The tension, the unrelenting
Hmm.
terror. You just felt you were on this ride with the cast, and you cared about them straight away. So it just did so much right, and especially for the time. Now, obviously they say, look, they're not zombies; they've got a rage virus.
Hmm.
Whatever, I call them zombies, but like they're not zombies in that, like they're not the undead, and a
Yeah.
really cool thing in it is that like they starve to death, the people who have the
Hmm.
rage virus. So how do you survive the zombie apocalypse? And 28 days later, you just outlast the zombies till they all die off. If
Hmm.
you can do that, then it contains the virus. I thought that was really interesting take on it.
Yeah.
Interesting way to go. And yeah, I thought it was brilliant. I'd say I just had a visceral reaction. I remember that
Yeah.
walk home that night from the cinema, and it was pitch dark, and like I don't think I've ever, been on edge as
Hmm.
much walking home. So yeah, brilliant film.
It's funny as you're
Wow.
mentioning it, I like my immediate thought was, did this impact you as a filmmaker? And you pretty much said it right at the end of it there, that like it did have that effect on you. And it's really interesting to see a movie like this that have such an impact on the genre, on people in general, because it was like they never made a movie like this before. Like,
No,
aren't like on, not to go off topic, aren't they making like the new movie like fully on
that's
like
it.
iPhones or something like that now, which is
Yeah,
like, again, just trying to do something that's a little bit different, and just like takes, like, it's going to take the whole perspective and make it slightly different. I completely agree. I think it's an excellent movie. I think it's a really good choice. Wasn't even on my list, so yeah, I'm happy. Let's keep it up there for now.
28 days later, yeah, it's a incredibly innovative experience. I don't think I had that reaction that you had to it, but I respected it. I also thought it was funny that it had a very similar beginning as The Walking Dead. A person wakes up and what the events have already happened. So he walks out and he's just
Yeah.
coming up to speed with it. I think they're both actually in a hospital.
that's right. Yeah,
And then they wake up. But yeah, no, it's actually, I do need to watch it again. And I love the fact that they're not zombies and it's playing and trafficking with that kind of feeling, but they're
Mhm.
doing something unique. And I'm always going to
Yeah.
celebrate somebody who tries to do something unique, take a risk. I love a big swing. Like I'm a big
yeah,
fan.
yeah, yeah.
Even if something
Mm.
doesn't really work, I'm like, I appreciate the swing. So yeah, 100%. Very
Just a
good
little
choice.
thing on that, because like everyone does always talk about it being the Walking Dead similarity. I just double checked here. So 28 Days Later was 2002, and the first publication of Walking Dead was 2003. So it did get out.
Wow.
Now, who had the idea first? Who the hell knows? Who cares?
Mm-hmm.
Both brilliant. There's no,
Yeah.
and it's good that people don't get kind of too hooked on that. And the other little
Yeah.
tidbit is everyone always credits, well, not everyone, but people often credit 28 Days Later as having the first fast zombies. But that wasn't. That was Return of the Living Dead. in 1985, and they also spoke. So,
Return of the Living Dead was my next movie. You ruined it.
So just those little things, But yeah, very good, very good.
Yeah, Return of the Living Dead. I've had this ongoing joke with my brother for decades now, where one of the zombies is trying to convince people to come to him, and he's like, "Come to the hospital," and we always do that little joke. For some reason, that phrase just hasn't left me since I saw it. It was so stupid and absurd. I love it.
Yeah. Send more, what they say as well, send more paramedics or more ambulances and all the shit. Yeah.